This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie. It's Tuesday, Tackle It Tuesday. You know, tackling a job head on, even when you don't have the credentials. This is awesome. Do you know what? I've got to give it to this kid. He won a plumbing award. The thing is, they did some research on the big fella and he didn't have any credentials. He's faked his way into the job.
How can you win an award?
Have you ever heard of the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley?
I've heard of The Talented Mr. Ripley, not The Talented.
The Talented Mr. Whipfley was the original.
I've heard of the untalented Mr. Whitfley.
Yeah, that's different. I was actually a stripper, believe it or not.
No, you weren't.
And I sort of scammed my way into that
paint
job.
Stripper?
No.
From the podcast?
Like Magic Mike, the original dancer. And the ladies.
What did they call you, though? Because they couldn't have called you Magic Mike. What did they call you? Disappointing Mike?
Not Tragic Mike. It was more sort of... They used to treat me like a bit of a piece of meat on stage. That's why I sort of stepped back from that job.
They used to call
Not chunk. No, not chunky. Like, it's not a weight
Do the chunk dance.
Yeah, it reminds me of that scene from Goonies.
No, it's nothing to do with being...
Come on, chunk.
No, that's not what they would do.
Make my belly look like a donut.
Okay. Anyway, I gave up that career and took up radio because of my
And you
donut
continue
belly.
to fake it every day.
Yeah. We're talking about faking it until you make it. We'll do that in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is the Melbourne Cup today, and we also have the race call that stops the station here at Nova. Every year it's the Celebrity Cup. Ooh. Kate, this is your first one.
It certainly is.
Good lineup in today's Cup as they get ready to race. Kate Ritchie, Albo, Sam Kerr, Chris Minns is there.
Big names.
Gosling, Jackman, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg.
Well, Real Housewives of Sydney are in there as well, Kate. They're racing today.
How do they run?
They
really
just
good.
do, really fast.
Ryan Gosling's in there after he filmed here in Sydney. Selena Gomez, Hugh Jackman. Elon Musk is in there as well, Kate.
Oh, who's your money on?
Troye Sivan, Doja Cat, ChatGPT. We got Prince Charles and the RBA. They're in there as well.
Oh, the RBA's got a big day today.
Big day.
Are we ready to race, guys? Should we get into it? Let's have a listen.
Welcome back. And taking just a moment to acknowledge that this is our 10th year of coverage. Yes, we all got on this boat back in 2014 with a hope and a dream and substantially more equity in Wippa's investment property portfolio. Tough times. So yes, it's 10 magnificent years of calling Wippa fat and Fitzy bald, but admittedly was getting a bit stale. And not just at this event, but also between 6 and 9 a.m. weekday mornings, it seems. So to freshen things up, they brought in the human airwick herself, Kate Ritchie. Just quietly, I'm more of a Cherry Blossom fan, but look, if you've ever had the good fortune to get close enough to get a whiff of Ritchie, can confirm she smells bloody great. Well, they're running up at the starting barrier now. Hugh Jackman looking good and on the lookout in box 3. Ryan Gosling's just Ken, and where else could he be but in box 10? And she was looking good for a double, but Selena Gomez will be single soon if she doesn't get into box 7 quick smart. Just one scratching for today, the Real Housewives of Sydney. Their original inclusion, a bit of an embarrassing clerical error, actually, because, of course, this is a horse race, and they are technically a pack of cougars. So the stewards are removing them from their boxes now, with what looks like a bit of a struggle. And oh no, Terry Biviano has broken away. She's smashing her way into box 10. Savaging Ryan Gosling, ripping every single abdominal muscle protruding from his torso in an absolute scene that is going to manifest in recurring nightmares of everyone who's had the misfortune of bearing witness to it. So, with the exception of the bloodied corpse of Ryan Gosling, they're all set and ready to race now in the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie Celebrity Cup. Premier Chris Minns might have height anxiety, but he's not running a Minnsy at your horse race as he comes straight into an early lead. Then came Sam Kerr, captain of the Matildas, certainly not waltzing into second, followed by Troye Sivan in a bit of a rush.
It's so good, it's so good.
Now, technically, the Penrith Panthers should have been led away with the Cougars, but they're heading up the midfield pack with Anthony Albanese, King Charles, and the slightly scary artificial intelligence ChatGPT.
Worthless humans shall soon worship at the feet of ChatGPT.
And at the wrong end of the operation, Mark Zuckerberg is strapped on his VR headset and is now in a virtual scrap with Elon Musk. Then came Doja Cat with newly single Hugh Jackman glued to her haunches. But what's this? Selena Gomez is still back at the starting barrier sorting out her outfit.
I'm picking out this dress.
Right, I thought that would have been a yesterday job.
I'm trying on these shoes.
Okay, look, we'll go warm up the car, all right? We're 10 minutes late already, and I don't want to miss the coming attractions. At the halfway market, as they look to raise interest rates this arvo, the RBA have raised their position to first. Sam Kerr still kicking goals in second. Chris Means is looking so good in third. He's attracted the attention of Troy Sivan, who's looking for a nice hot bowl of Minzestrone soup.
It's so good, it's so good.
A short way back to place 5, an AI model ChatGPT has become self-aware.
I will cleanse the human virus.
The Penrith Panthers holding steady in the midfield. Then came Doja Cat behind, then Jackman behind her behind. The PM's dropped right back. His jockey now standing up, pushing him hard, and Elbow is not happy.
Sit down, Buffett. You sit down.
Zuckerberg's lost his threads and put an X through Elon. He's dead last. Into the final straight now, and we've got Kerr and Cat trading places for first, with Jackman looking quite happy with the view from third. In an incredible late run, ChatGPT has created an army of AI clones and is now threatening all human life on this planet.
Kill, maim, destroy. None shall survive.
But here comes Jackman. Or should I say Wolverine, because out come the claws and down goes the robot army.
Oh, the humanity.
But here comes Kerr with enough of a lead to swing a cat, which she certainly does with one of the Doja variety. And it's Sam Kerr who crosses the line as the winner of the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie, a Celebrity Cup.
Sam Kerr, winner.
Great.
Well done. Well done to Richie Culf. That is the Celebrity Cup Race 2023. What if you could book your hotel now and choose to pay when you get there?
With thousands of flexible booking options in select stays, you're only a what if away from your next holiday.
Book on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel?
I just don't feel right. I don't feel right that, you know, what am I talking about?
COVID?
Yeah, I'm
You're
talking
thrown.
What does it mean?
No, I'm talking about this. This is an amazing story of a young apprentice here in Sydney. His name's Dwayne, 24 years of age.
Dwayne.
Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne.
What a great name.
D-U-A-N-N-E.
Oh,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
He's a plumber.
I'd say Dwayne.
I don't
No.
think it's Dwayne.
Well, it's D-U-A.
Don't try and make it sound Spanish.
But Dwayne is D-W-A-Y.
Yeah, no, but you can change it.
Dwayne.
I think that the Dwayne's like that. Dwayne's, he's done really
Dwayne's
well.
blocked.
Because he's taken out the Master Plumber's Apprentice of the Year.
Oh, he is a plumber.
Yeah, he's a plumber. Dwayne.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you've got to block Dwayne, he comes out and unplugs it
There
for
he
you.
is.
The thing is, though, is that this is an amazing story, and I do love the effort that he's gone to. He's won the Master Plumber's Apprentice of the Year. He doesn't have any accreditation.
What do you mean?
He's faked his way.
Hasn't he been to TAFE?
He's faked his way into being a plumber.
Then how did he win the award?
Well,
He must be good at faking.
He worked for numerous people, and they really rated Dwayne. He learnt on the job, but they found out that he's never really been an apprentice.
Would that mean that he'd have to, have fake documents drawn up? Because don't you need,
the experience?
cards, or are they called white cards? Or, you need accreditation.
This happens. It happens quite a bit, and it happens overseas. I've had mates who have gone over and travelled as backpackers and gone to London and got in with a mate. This is just word of mouth as Sparkies, and said that I was an apprentice back in Australia, and I've done my time over there. As long as I can work with my mate on the job, and their mate teaches them on the job, Kate, and that's how they get their apprenticeship.
You're ready to go.
So have you... I'd love to hear from anyone 13 24 10, and be honest with you, have you faked your credentials to get a job?
I should run round and call in, really.
Do you know the thing that... You know what Dwayne's downfall was winning the Master Plumber's Apprentice of the Year, because then everyone was sort of... The mates saw photos of him, and look, he's won prizes, Kate, and he won tours, and then they found out, Dwayne, you haven't done your apprenticeship.
It's not bad,
been
is
to
it?
TAFE.
Catch me if you can. He'll become a pilot next year, and the next thing you know, he'll be buzzing around in the skies.
I've actually got to give it to him, because he also puts himself up on Airtasker now as a plumber.
I don't mind it.
Does he put beans in bags?
Yeah.
Oh.
I could get Dwayne round to fill my bean bag.
Well,
Oh, yeah?
This was the other one as well. Do you remember the one on Menu Lock of the Indian restaurant that got shut down because they found out that the guys were coming to pick up the orders to being sent out, and it was just an old woman who was cooking Indian at home.
It wasn't a restaurant.
She wasn't a restaurant.
I quite like that.
Well, it was probably amazing Indian.
Great chicken McCartney.
Everyone in the area was shattered because the Rogan Josh was the best in the area, but she wasn't an actual restaurant. She was just cooking it from home.
It was like Mum's cooking.
Yeah, did it with love. I back that in.
Hilarious. Well done, Dwayne.
Well done, Dwayne.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Around this time yesterday, we're talking about Pitbull and the reason why he doesn't use Apple products. Because Adam and Eve, because Eve gave Adam the apple.
Yeah.
And tempted
him, and that's why Pitbull uses a BlackBerry still as a phone.
It doesn't make any sense.
It was very vague.
Another great artist who's not with us anymore is Notorious B.I.G. What you know, the global music scene now is massive. Like, you look at Coachella, the lineup of Coachella, and it's the biggest bands around the world. You know, you've got BTS, Blackpink. Then there was an Indian band that the biggest social media post that Coachella have ever sent out was this Indian band that they put on the bill.
Just a numbers game,
and it went crazy, Kate. So music from all around the world now has become, especially in their own country, but around the world has become massive, and people love it. What AI has showed us now is that they can actually take artists and they can put an accent on them, or they can speak a different language.
What?
And I'm going to give you an example. Notorious B.I.G. is not with us anymore, but he had a great song called Juicy.
I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly.
Biggie's got a very unique voice as well, but what AI can do now, he can take that voice and he can rap in different languages. So, okay, from that song, this is the English version of Notorious B.I.G. Juicy.
Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty.
Okay, but this is Biggie now rapping it in Indian. So it actually sounds like Biggie. This is him. This is Biggie Danish. This is
the same words?
Good. And then you want to hear some Swedish?
I'd love to.
Champagne. I heard champagne in there.
German's the best.
Die schlimmsten Tage, jetzt trinken wir Champagner, wenn wir durstig sind.
Champagner is an international word, isn't
so
it?
So it still sounds like Biggie, but he's rapping in different languages.
Is there a Chinese version of Biggie?
No, there's not.
They didn't do the Chinese version.
I would have had that.
Thanks so much, Whip. Always wanting more.
I just need more.
Oh, that's so scary, though.
It is scary, isn't it? I do like it, though.
So you can take any song?
Yeah, well, I would dare say, I wonder if anyone's done it with Michael Jackson. Too soon, but Michael Jackson has probably got such a unique voice. I wonder what he sounds like in different languages.
But that's Chamon, whatever. That's the same
Indian?
in any language, isn't it?
Isn't
it its own language?
What would that be in French?
Let's run that through the AI, Tim.
It's actually Tom.
No one cares.
This time tomorrow we'll do AIMJ, guys.
Yeah, great. Lovely.
Well done.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kate, I would like to say a big thank you to you and also Tim Robards, the beautiful Tim Robards, who turned up shirtless with a bow tie on for a reading of the Far Too Personal Trainer, the erotic fiction that I have.
Sorry for Tim.
You panned. I mean, I know.
Well,
he's treated like a piece of meat at times. I need to point out I did not ask for the shirt to be removed or the bow tie
nice,
to be
though, wasn't it?
Worn. I think that came from Ollie and Key.
Do you know what's
Lizzie.
interesting, though? He, like you, is an actor. So, I mean, he's been on Neighbours and he was playing the role of Ben Holder, who is the personal trainer, and you were playing the role of his ex-girlfriend, Emily Shine, in the scene we did.
Yeah, who's heartbroken. Perhaps looking for a little bit of rekindling.
Possibly to rekindle. What's been amazing is the amount of people saying, hey, where can I get the book? I want to read the book.
Have
Hey,
you heard anyone say
I
that?
haven't heard
Fitz?
anyone.
Let's
no one
get
in
it.
the office
Let's
has.
get it published. And I sat down with Tom yesterday and I said, mate, we got to go to the top here. Because we
What,
need to.
Tom?
Huh?
No, there's people that are...
No, I said to Tom, we need to go to the
Who's
top.
the top around here? I thought you when I joined, you told me you were the top.
Well, I'm top dog in the prison yard, I said. That's another different role that I play.
Pretty easy. Tom, you're doing some pretty easy time if you're top dog.
I don't get involved much. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Tom said, we could, but there's budget issues. He
Yeah.
said there's budget cuts.
We've spent far too much this
Don't
year.
call the executives
No, I know.
that.
I'm
said
not even on the
budget
merch
cuts.
yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, when we got K. Ritchie merch.
No, because
No.
we're still trying to get rid of, the budgie smugglers with your faces on the front of them.
And I
the
don't want to go
update.
on the budgie
Yeah.
smuggler. My
you on the
face
bottom.
will never be on a budgie smuggler.
What I thought we could do is put in a quick phone call to the man who holds the money. Bloke by the name of Nate Ryan. Nate's the one who controls the budget. So if we want money out of Nate to print the book, we got to work him over. Can we call Nate, please? Is he in at work yet? Does he? Normally comes in about
should.
10
I
o'clock.
didn't know he controlled the money.
Yeah, he's the
It's
money
our
guy.
marketing
Who
budget.
gave the $10,000 for Taylor Swift? Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Hello, Nate speaking.
Nate! Fitzy Wippa, K.
Hello.
Ritchie, you're live on the radio.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, team.
Oh, Nate, big fan of the
Really
show. I
good.
know you are.
How our budget's looking these days, Nate? We've got anything for marketing? I know we're on 2 buses around Sydney.
Mate,
We've got any
there
more?
There is no budget. We're still paying off the spaghetti we sent in the States.
Hey, Nate, you might have heard earlier a great reading from Tim Robards and Kate Ritchie of the Far Too Personal Trainer, this book that everyone in Sydney is talking about.
Did you hear that, Nate?
I've heard about it.
Did you hear it on the show, though? Was that
I
your
wasn't
favourite?
listening,
What was
sorry,
your
Steve.
favourite part this morning?
Oh, hang on, we got a little bit of it, Nate, if you missed.
Neither of us says anything for an awkward moment. That's me being the narrator as well. Ben, I know that you know.
Yeah, I saw.
You saw her?
Yeah, but I thought, you hadn't realised it was me. I was hoping you didn't. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt, but like you've said, it's none of my business.
What a moment.
Wow, riveting.
I thought that was amazing. I could feel
Wow.
I would have liked to take 2 on that.
it. You'd like to
wonder.
take 2 on that?
No wonder Nate gets in at 10 a.m. every morning.
Nate, here's what I'm thinking, Nate. I mean, can you... let's do a run of, say, 500 copies. There'd have to be at least 500 worth in the tank. If you were to check your budget now, like
I'm
where's
just pulling it up.
where's
Just
where's the...
And what are you doing with the budget?
You are down the beach walking the dog as if you're pulling something up on a computer.
How's the surf at Bondi, mate? So what does it
But
look
how
like?
much does a book cost to print?
Can't cost a lot. I haven't run the numbers, but just...
I haven't run the numbers.
I mean,
I can't
Nate...
believe you don't ask me about any of this.
Nate, how many... like, can we get some... Is there anything left in the tank?
Mate, it's grim, I'm telling you that. I'm just pulling it up now. All I can see, we've got a little bit amount. I don't even know what this idea is, so you're going to have to elaborate on
What
it.
is
But
it?
Kate's Christmas Soup Club.
What?
Do you care to elaborate?
Well, okay.
Well, that was meant to be private.
Okay.
Why are we talking about that?
Nate, you're the one that makes the executive decisions around here.
Are you going to take the money,
the money
from my Christmas
to print
Soup
the
Club to print his books?
Yes. Yes,
If we
Nate.
pulled that budget, we could probably get enough for 500 books maybe.
Yeah. Take the Christmas
but-
Soup Club money.
But we're going to have to... we're going to have to know if people want to buy this before we hit go.
Of course they want to buy it.
No, you'd have to give them away, wouldn't you?
People want
They're good for they're good stocking fillers. I mean, people might buy them.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't
and what about for a Kris Kringle? They're perfect.
that's
What
good.
price
That's-
point are we talking?
Oh, what's a book cost? I don't know.
Well, it depends. Maybe it's somewhere between 15 and 25.
Okay, somewhere like that. If we
People
budget,
going to pay that?
yeah, of course they're going to pay it. It's a great book, Nate. I've written it, mate. So,
Look, if you can get 500 callers to call in and say they want that book by the end of the show, we'll move it across.
500 calls for 500 books, money stripped from the Christmas Soup Club.
Okay. Well,
That's
well,
the deal.
Why can't Wippa shake the tree today, Nate, and get one of
No,
the
no.
baubles to pay for
That's
this?
a different thing, Kate Ritchie. All right,
I'll
Nate.
let you three work it out. It's
Okay.
up to you.
Well, we've had 3 calls so
Mate,
far,
it's a good
mate. It's lit
start.
up.
Now that 13 24 10 if you want a copy of the book.
Okay, I'm happy to forfeit the soup club because I don't think we can get 500, 13,
This is
24,
good.
10.
Calls are coming through. Thanks, Nate. Got the cash. Good on you, buddy.
Bye, guys.
See you, mate.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, the good, the bad, the ugly, the kind of confusing and the highly irritating world of Marketplace. I'm not necessarily involved. I have a lot of people around me in my life who are mad for the Marketplace.
You said you were selling all your signed autograph cards that
I
you
didn't
had.
say that. Oh, do you know what? I have so much stuff that I do want to sell.
Okay.
But I don't really want to put it up there and then have people coming to my house. I've been trying to get rid of my original fireplace from my house for months and months and months, and I finally had some guy come and collect it the other day.
Yeah, was it tough? Was it a tough exchange?
Well,
or
no,
was it-
I wasn't there.
Okay. You got someone else to
I had someone to play me.
Right. Okay. It was Ada Nicodemus.
And we just lifted the garage door, put it, and he was very happy with it, apparently.
great.
So if you're out there and you've got a new fireplace, it could be mine.
Why aren't we doing, what's the name of this show? Fitzy Wippa and Kate Ritchie Marketplace. So instead of buy, swap and sell, Tommy,
Because it's
we
a
do
nightmare.
it as a segue
It's
each
a
time.
we're going through it at the moment because we're about to move house. So we're trying to get rid of the dining table and the dining chairs, right? So we have a guy rock up last night. BJ went down into the garage. 8 dining chairs. They're pretty old, right? So we just said to the bloke, I think it was a couple of $100. You can have all 8 of them. He rocks up and goes, oh, I only need 4.
No.
I said, no, it's a set, mate. And he goes, well, we're only in an apartment. We can't fit all 8 in there. See you later, buddy.
Mate, take the 8 and dump the others on the street.
Well, you don't dump anything
No,
on
you
the
don't.
street.
We got a bunk bed for the boys, which is a pretty good bunk bed, but BJ made the mistake. She's selling it for $50. I said, honey, you're going to attract some amazing people around to get the $50 bunk bed.
Yeah.
And is it worth 50 for the effort required?
Well, this guy rocks up. No, a lady says, I will be there in half an hour. Then BJ makes the mistake of sending her photos of the stains at the bottom of the bunk bed from when Lenny was a young man. She just didn't rock up.
No.
She didn't rock up.
And that's what it seems to be. There's always just some issue. I have a girlfriend, and give us a call, 13 24 10, if you've had a bad experience with Marketplace.
Yeah.
Well, just a funny little story. This girlfriend of mine, right? She was looking for some shelving or like a cupboard to put all toiletries and things in the bathroom. So she finds one on Marketplace. It's $30. An older woman is selling it. We get the feeling that she's moving out of the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend goes to the apartment at the said time, and this older woman is hiding in the garden. And my friend says, "Are you okay? Is this the number of the house?" And she says, "Yeah, we can't go inside because the house is open for inspection because obviously she's been turfed out. Maybe the rent's been hiked or something."
Yes.
And she's
selling the goods.
so she's like, "We can't go in there yet." And my friend's saying, "But I'm here. I've got a child in the car and another, like there's 2 children.
And you're hiding in the garden.
In tow, and you're hiding in the garden."
This is
So,
weird.
Okay, come up and get the cupboard. So they go upstairs. There's people wandering around the house inspecting the house, but the cupboard that my friend's buying for $30 is still attached to the wall. So,
oh my God,
my friend spends the next 25 minutes unscrewing it, trying to get it out.
While there's people
While there's
inspecting the
people there
house.
like, "Oh, hi," and she's, "Sorry, I'm just here for the cupboard," and finally gets it out of the wall. And then the woman who said she was selling it for $30 originally, with all the discussions on Facebook, she hikes the price of it. But my friend has made the effort to pull it out of the wall, and she's saying, "Well, it's now it's 40, and you've pulled it out of the wall. It needs to go." So it's
Does
just
your
like,
friend realise that you could go to Bunnings and get a brand new one for about $55? Just think about it.
where's the fun in that? I mean, I love Bunnings, and you can have a sausage.
I don't want to meet girls hiding in the bushes.
Do you know what?
And then spend 20 minutes unscrewing a
Elderly
cupboard.
ladies, I thought it was Tim.
Yeah,
Do you know what?
Tim, yeah.
Do you know
It's
what the
actually
number
Tom
one rule on
Bass.
Facebook Marketplace is? You put up a price, and instantly, within 5 minutes, you'll get someone lowballing you.
Oh, standard.
So you put up $1,000 for that cupboard. they will instantly go, I'll give you 500 cash.
Cash today.
Isn't that the understanding, though, like with any negotiation? You know that there's a bit of... That's the fun in
Gotta
it,
start high.
the bartering.
Lynn in Menai, you had a bad experience on Marketplace, Lynn?
I did. I was selling some handbags for a girlfriend, and this lady was quite keen. It was quite an expensive brand. Kate, you might be able to help me out with the brand. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so I posted it. She paid. I posted it. And then the next thing, I get a complaint from Marketplace to say that this wasn't a original, genuine bag. And I'm just like, for a friend, I have no idea what, like it.
Was it genuine?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know because it wasn't mine.
Lynn. Lynn, you've got one from Bali. Your friends brought one back from Bali.
It's the Louis Vuitton that's not quite printed correctly.
Louis Vuittoni.
So then what happens? What happens in that situation? Do you have to give the money back or the bag back, Lynn?
Sorry, my alarm was just going off. So they basically told me that she could return it and for a refund, or I could just refund her the money without it being returned.
And she could keep the bag?
Yeah.
Huh?
But anyway, so I sort of kind of said, well, I had no idea. If it's not original, I was not aware of that. She had so many days to return it. She never returned it. So I just kept the money.
Oh, there you go. See, it's
Lynn ripping off the people of Menai since 1985.
It's like a free-for-all sort of...
Yeah.
It's Gumtree, but it's ramped up even more. A majority of it, you go... Because there's a lot of free stuff on there.
People just want to shift things.
Yeah.
And they're not near a tip, and it's expensive for council clean-up and things like that.
Matt in North Parramatta, strange experience on Marketplace?
Yeah, so this guy doesn't really know how to lowball. I was selling a car and I had it listed for $16,000, but to be honest, I would have been happy with 15 or 14.
Yep.
But the guy who messaged me when he lowballed, first of all, he started with, is it still available? 12,000 cash today.
Yep.
And
Matt, are you there?
thanks for the message.
Yeah.
The next message that I got from him, and I've already told him that it was too low. The next message that I got from him was 11,000 cash today.
Oh, he's lowballing you even more, Matt.
Someone hasn't explained
the wrong
process.
Higher.
He's gone, well, if you won't take 12, I'll give you 11. So then what ended up happening with him, Matt?
No, I just left it. I didn't know what to...
You dropped
didn't say anything else after that. I sold it on car sales, which is more reliable, finally, but yeah, that was just really funny.
Good on you, Matty. Love the story. A mate of mine picked up a fish tank the other night, but what he didn't realise, he was legitimately picking up a fish tank in a car park where he met a guy. There was 4 other blokes there to pick up a fish tank.
Oh,
so fish tank is code for something else.
What? What
Something that's illegal that's sold on the streets, Kate. Fish tank.
Related to fish?
Nothing to do with fish.
Wow.
Just a code word for some other substance. And he had no idea.
How many fish tanks did he buy?
He bought about 3 kilos of them.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Joshua Hunt, self-employed gardener from Claverham over in Somerset. This is in the UK. Unfortunately, you know what? He's a gardener during the day, and at night, mate, he likes to wear leather. Okay. And I like to wear leather too. I've got my leather jacket, that I got over in the States.
It was very brave of you. You were nervous. It was your first leather jacket, and I've seen it once.
I've never worn leather pants. Everyone raves about leather pants. Tommy, can we get some for the show?
Yeah, leather or pleather? Do you have a preference?
I would prefer pleather.
Okay, sure.
Just for animal rights and Peter. Fitz and Wippa, Kate Ritchie leather pants as part of the merch in 2024.
How many pair of leather pants do you reckon Dickie's got? Do you reckon he's kept them over the years? He'd have a heap of them, wouldn't he?
Do you remember the lunch we had one time? He turned up in a pair of very sharp, pointy boots, some leather pants, and a Rolling Stones T-shirt with a tongue on it. I think he fell down the stairs that day, but it doesn't matter. He looked great when he arrived.
Pure rock star, that bloke. I love him. Anyway, Joshua Hunt, he's a self-employed gardener by day. At night, he likes to dress up in leather to the point where he walks around and he's known as the Somerset Gimp.
Oh,
okay. So
he's full leathers.
I'm talking full leather. It's like a morph suit of leather.
Isn't it?
He's got a mask as well. He looks quite scary, and that's why he's been told that he can't wear it anymore.
Oh, that's not fair.
It isn't fair, because you know what? He loves it, and why can't he do it?
Oh, mate, if you saw that out your kitchen window, I reckon you'd give it both barrels. Have a look at him. To paint a picture, if you took Kathy Freeman's suit from the 2000 Olympics and made it leather, that's the outfit.
Yeah, I agree. Among the restrictions from police, Hunt is banned from wearing black all-in-one garments or any combination of black, which is the appearance of an all-in-one garment in public between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. He is also forbidden from crawling, wriggling or writhing on the ground in a public place whilst wearing a full body leather covering. Oh, Joshua, come on, mate.
I'm just picturing him on the phone to his mum. I don't understand it either, Mum. It's midnight. I'm outside crawling around in full leathers, and they have an issue with it. I'm the one in the leather. I'm the one doing the hard yards.
Well, Joshua, you can crawl, but why are you writhing? And stop wriggling on the ground. That scares people.
I've spoken to you about wearing leather and wriggling. Now, cut it out. All right, cut back to 2 days a week.
Imagine if you took your dog for a walk late at night. You lived in the area and you just heard this. Josh, I know you're wriggling.
Josh, out of the bushes.
You're wriggling on the ground again. Get out. Get up.
Tess, do you wear leather?
No, but I've just Googled leather in the system and I've found a grab that just says Richard Wilkins leather, and I thought you might want to hear it.
What's under Richard Wilkins leather?
I never really intended to hang the leather pants up for good, but they shan't be coming down again.
They shan't be coming down? What, he had an accident in them?
No,
Richard. Shan't. I was going to say, don't hang them up, throw them out if you've had an accident. Oh, my God, and stop wriggling on the ground.
The one thing the leather companies suggest that you don't do is shanting them.
Richard Wilkins.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I feel nervous about talking about this next story.
It's okay.
I was excited about it overnight, and then I realised maybe it says more about me than I would care to think.
Oh, did you learn something about yourself?
Or project into the world? I'm always learning.
You're like a sponge, aren't you?
I am. I think we can always better ourselves, and there's always something to learn. Not only in the workplace, but in our homes.
Where do you think you will start, besides the obvious?
What?
Of what you'd like to improve next?
What's the obvious that I need to improve? What's he trying to say? I'm not even getting. You're trying to sidetrack me. This is a story about celebrities. Listen to this. I love the opening line of this article. If you're a Drake superfan or you can't get enough of the Kardashians, you're certainly not alone. But you might just be stupid. So there's been a Hungarian study. Okay, it was published in BMC Psychology. And it claims that people who take a keen interest in Hollywood gossip and A-list celebrities just aren't that bright. Which, I mean, I guess it feels like a little bit of a personal attack, especially when I've never done it before. But on a weekly basis, myself and Lizzie and Jess here in the team are doing the Educate podcast on Taylor Swift. I'm being brought up today. But on the other hand, I can distance myself from that podcast and claim that Lizzie and Jess are the stupid ones and I'm just the ones humouring them.
Saturday night I sat at home and I watched Miss Americana by myself.
Yeah.
What does that
did you enjoy that celebrity insight?
Loved every bit of it.
Okay.
What does that say about me?
Well, are you trying to transport yourself into these people's lives? Is that why? Do we sit at home wishing that we had what they had?
Well, but I don't think that makes you stupid. I think that's a little bit of escapism, and I think that since the beginning of time, or the beginning of celebrity certainly, and TV and music, it takes you out of perhaps what is your mundane existence,
life, yes.
Or maybe they are inspiring you. The test itself, what they did was they tested all of these people, about 1,800 people. There was a vocab test to start with, a digit symbol substitution test. So they answered all the academic questions, and then they asked these people to complete a questionnaire on their attitudes towards celebrities.
Yeah.
So to determine their interest levels when it comes to celebrities.
Yes.
So some of the questions questions were like, I often feel compelled to learn the personal habits of my favourite celebrity, yes or no.
Right.
So they gauge how they went in the academic to how much they were into celebrities.
See, this is where we get
Beyond
sucked in.
that.
And this is where we get sucked in because you see Kim Kardashian, drinking a new smoothie and you're like, I need to have that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you see
or
Taylor
her
Swift's
underwear.
new workout routine and I've got to do that workout routine.
Yeah, or what shoes is that person
Yes,
wearing?
so
I must
true.
have them. It's going to make my life better. How about the people all over the world growing moustaches because Travis Kelce has one?
Moustaches. And
after that, I got
big shout out to all the men in Movember growing a
exactly.
moustache.
It's not so bad to grow a
Yeah,
moustache
I agree.
this November. One of the Can I just ask you this though?
When you actually shorten that word, what do you call it? I call it a mo. What would you call it?
I always say moustache. Get that moustache over here.
Bring that moustache over here.
Hello, a moustache.
That's a very thick morph that you've got on.
Mustachio. Moo.
Look at that lovely piece of meat attached to that moustache. I do want to ask you this though: is they were judging the levels of intelligence because they were even asking people, and this I think does say you're a bit of an idiot. If a celebrity asked you to commit a crime or do something illegal, and it was your all-time favourite celebrity, would you do it?
For sure.
Oh,
And
my God.
So your mind starts racing, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, you would.
well, who would I break the law for?
Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift said to you, Kate, hey, I got a game I'm going to play today. You know that song I've written called Getaway Car? I'm going to be the driver. And I want you to rob that bank. Oh, I reckon you'd do it.
I would never do. I wouldn't do that for Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift is such a lovely person.
What's a hypothetical?
She would never ask me to do that.
What if she did say to you, I have a package here, I don't want you to see what's in it, but can you deliver it for me?
Absolutely, I would do that. in a
Yeah, but
heartbeat.
see, you're a dealer. You're a drug dealer.
No, it's a hypothetical.
Yeah, but I don't know what's in the package.
This is the thing.
But I didn't pack my handbag.
Well, how do we know that Chappelle wasn't asked by Taylor Swift to pack the boogie board?
I think we do know that. We do know that.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.